I keep meeting people who did everything right, but they really have nothing to show for it. They went to a great school, they got an MBA, they did 2 years at McKinsey or Bain. They all followed that same path that's supposed to lead to the promised land. And now they're in their mid 30s making decent money, but they're actually looking at people who are 5 years younger than them, who are building companies, leading teams, who have actually just jumped over them in the career ladder. And I think this is going to be exacerbated even more. Like the rules of what is the traditional career path just will not exist anymore. It's the opposite of what we were told. Like getting an MBA used to be a strong filtering mechanism. Companies didn't have a great way to evaluate talent, so they could outsource the evaluation to a business school. So if you went to Harvard or Wharton, that meant something. But now the thing is that knowledge isn't scarce anymore. And companies can actually easily evaluate candidates now based off of just what are they doing in the real world. It's much more three-dimensional than just a simple resume of here's what I've done. So the actual content of an MBA has been commoditized, and companies are really questioning now what's the value of the credential of an MBA. And consulting has a very similar problem. The whole value of working at McKinsey and getting that experience was that theoretically you could be amazing at pattern matching at scale. So you worked at McKinsey, you've seen a lot of these problems before, and so you can solve them. But we're totally in a moment now where patterns don't apply. AI and this just massive technology shift is just changing everything, how companies solve problems, how value gets created. So there literally is no playbook. Like working at McKinsey or Bain isn't that valuable because it's your first time facing these problems, because it's a consultant's first time facing their problem, and it's also a company's first time facing that exact problem as well. So it's becoming clear that just people who start building things early, who just have learned by doing, have developed taste and an intuition of what is right or wrong just by purely doing things, this is actually a much more valued skill. And it's actually, companies can see that that's more valuable than an MBA or a McKinsey on your resume. So I think what's interesting here is that that path that feels safe, that just, hey, get good grades, get into the school, go to McKinsey, it's actually exactly the opposite. It's not a safe path anymore. The risky path of just going off and building things and trying stuff, it's looking like that actually is a more durable bet over the next 5 years.